A little bit. Let me turn this up.
Evening, everybody. Thanks very much for coming. I hope you're all safe and well. And welcome to Paranormal and History Chat with international Hollywood medium Patti and the Ghost Sisters, Mandy, Chastity, and Bobby Joe, who are actual fact real sisters. So,
yes.
Thank you very much for coming in, ladies. It's a pleasure to have you all in the one panel. So, Patti, we've not seen you for, it's been a few months since we last seen you.
Yeah, no, I've been on the road. Everything's been good, but in the past 2 months, I've been to, I think it started with seeing with you guys going to Tennessee there. And then every week since then, I've been to Massachusetts twice, New York once, Texas, Arizona, Lake Tahoe, New Orleans. It's good. I'm home for 2 weeks, so yay.
2 week vacation.
I'm working my ass off, but good.
Well, you're doing it from home, that's the main thing. And the Ghost Sisters, you ladies have been very busy as well, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, we've been busy almost every weekend.
Every weekend. So you've all worked before. Can you tell us how you came about each other? Sisters and Patti.
Well, Scott,
No.
we started about 4 years ago. Chastity was the one who started it with me. And then later on, we started adding more girls to the team. Back in 2017 is when we started in October.
Mm-hmm.
And we've
going ever since. So how did you meet up with Patti Negri? That come about?
Interesting how I met Patti. Well, I was seeking out someone who could do a seance. We were doing a huge event at a place called the Euro Shrine in Tennessee, and I needed to find someone who could do a seance. And I was on a group page, and I seen Patti, and it just clicked. And I was like, Patti's the one that I need. So I contacted Patti, and Patti was willing to do this for us, and she did, and it was wonderful.
I'm their other sister. That's not my blood.
Yeah.
But you all seem to connect well together. Chastity and Bobby Joe, I've not met you two ladies before. Chastity, how did you get into the paranormal to start with? What kind of kicked it off for you?
Well, Mandy called me, wanting me to go to the prison to investigate the Mansfield prison here in Mansfield. And we went there and we caught a lot of good stuff, and it just went from there. When she got home, when she got back to the jail that she worked at, she decided she wanted to start her own team. And she called me up and said, I'm starting a team and you're on it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just went with it from there, and we just started going here and there. And I never even knew that you could even do such a thing until she called me up and told me about it. I was like, oh, okay. Who would ever thought?
So did it open your eyes to the paranormal? How did it change at all?
Did it what? I'm sorry.
Did it open your eyes to the? Because I do it, my accent kind of throws people off. Sometimes I know Patti sometimes can't understand me, so I talk slow.
Yeah.
You've always been, and then obviously your sister railed you basically into getting joining the team, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I know. He's got a really cute accent, and we don't understand a word he's saying.
I think he was asking Chastity if that opened her eyes up to the paranormal.
Yeah, I mean, I always believed in it anyway. You know, I just didn't know you can actually go out and look for paranormal. We lost Patti. I just didn't.
Gone.
Patty's gone.
Huh?
Patty.
So I
She's
just
back.
investigate. But yes, I've always believed in the paranormal. I didn't know there was such thing as we lost you, Patty.
I know. I don't know.
We traded places.
But yeah, it
I have
it
read
kind of
the
opened
top.
a little more.
Bobby Joe, what about you? How did you get started?
Well, probably just I'm a sister and they needed a fill in one night. You got to go with us and, check it out. We get all kinds of things. And the first one I think I went to was the jail in Marion, the old jail. And we investigated there and it was interesting. And I liked it. I'm skeptical, so I'm always down for it. I'm always looking for that one hard evidence. So now I just kind of go here and there.
Mandy can be very
You,
just so you know. It's kind of hard to tell her no. She's very persistent.
Well, and she gives you the old guilt trip. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Tries to throw out those puppy dog eyes.
but is that not a kind of sister? Do all sisters not kind of do that? The puppy dog eyes and
We're very close, and we like to help each other and make each other happy. We're very close, and I'm the oldest, so I'm very protective and try to do everything I can to keep my sisters happy. So that's pretty much how it works. I mean, me and Mandy bump heads a lot, but other than that, we love each other, and we know our limits. You know how it is.
That's a good thing. His families are close. You love each other. You will have your fallouts, from time to time, but you work well together. And Patty, obviously, when you met up with the girls and you investigated, Mandy was talking about the shrine earlier on. If you want to tell us what happened at the shrine.
Oh, the shrine was amazing. The shrine, absolutely. And I had high expectations because everything I had heard Mandy talk about, and then we had done one like a live stream kind of thing, and I felt what it was. So I had high expectations anyway, but it surpassed everything. The shrine is amazing.
Do you plan on going back there again, Patty?
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Told Mandy next time you guys go, I want to go.
Yes.
Me too.
Okay.
It's been a while.
We like Rick. He's cool.
He
Yeah.
is so cool.
What, Mandy, what did you make of it?
What was
Shrine.
that again, Steve?
What did you make of the shrine? Sorry, Patty. We've had Patty on, I don't know, quite, a lot of times, and every time it's always fun because
What did I
Patty,
make of the
bless,
shrine?
Patty can never understand what I'm saying, so I do try and slow my speech down, but she gives me this kind of certain look when she,
We keep trying.
when she doesn't
Keep
understand.
trying.
We do, Patty. We keep trying, and we've got you on twice this week. So
Yeah.
holy
Scott, you want to know what I thought about the shrine?
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
But you're breaking up too, Scott. You're breaking up a little bit. Put some magic in you.
The shrine, when Patty came to the shrine and we held that event there, it was a lot of females. It was amazing. The shrine is a magical place. It really is. It has a lot of different things. You get a little bit of everything that you would be looking for. Good spirits, bad spirits, elemental, just different things. So it's all in one.
And a hot tub.
And
Yeah.
So we didn't get in. We went and bought the stuff for, but didn't get in.
I know.
Hot tub.
I was looking forward to
And
that.
why did you not get in the hot tub? Where he's on?
Mandy
I
didn't want to
don't
get
remember
in.
why we didn't.
She
We just
changed her
didn't.
mind, didn't feel like getting in. So
I think it just got real late.
You think? Where is were drink involved?
next time we go, we got to get some candles, put it around, and go get in there at night and see what happens. Just let it dark and nothing but candles. Huh? Patty knows what I'm talking about, huh?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That would be spooky.
Yeah, because the cave room is pretty awesome anyway. So
Yeah. No, I remember Rick
You
saying
do-
he would not be in there.
Is that Rick McCallum?
It,
I heard
Was it
Rick's
Rick
name.
McCallum?
What about Rick McCollum? What about him?
Is that Joe?
Rick Bunn.
Is that
Oh, Rick, no.
all
We call him
right?
the
Right.
caretaker. He's called the caretaker.
Right, I see. Wrong, Rick. But you create this really positive energy between you. Do you find that helps in investigations? If you're kind of, you're still taking it serious, but you're having a laugh, a joke, you've got a good connection going on.
yeah, I believe us being females and when we're together, it does draw in a lot of spirits. They feed off of our good energy that we're putting out there. I definitely think so. Yes.
What were you, Chastity? Do you think it makes for a better investigation and better contact with spirit if you're connected and
Oh yeah, for sure.
Chastity's not really guarded that much.
I've been doing a lot of Reiki sessions, trying to get rid of this ADHD and be able to function better. And I just, I step back. I don't do this. I was doing it full time with Mandy, but it was infecting my business. So I just didn't have time for it. So I stepped back to be a fill-in now. And then as I get my business ready, up and running good, then I can be more available. But right now it's just not a good timing. But I haven't been. We went on one last weekend and it was pretty cool. Well, no, it was.
But you're not guarded, is what he's asking. Are you guarded when you're investigating?
Oh, you mean so evil spirits can contact me? Oh, I've been told I got a white light around me. They bounce off me. I don't know. Do you see a white light around me, Patty? Because I've been told numerous times.
I do. And again, I think we can completely control that. People just don't know that enough, so they give away their power. But yeah, these girls, they know what they're doing and they have so much light, so much love. It doesn't stick.
so
Yeah, I had one lady tell me that she saw them throwing mud at me and everything, trying to get my attention. They were getting mad. They couldn't get my attention. I was like, if you knew my dad,
power.
you would know. Our dad, he was tough and he even brought us up tough. So we know how to fight.
Patty, that's good. I know in Scotland, if you get there's 3 or 4, sisters in the family, they tend to be tougher than the men. People don't tend to mess with sisters rather than the men. Patty, you worked with the girls and the 3 sisters. Who would you say is kind of bossiest out of the 3 of them? No.
Okay, I'm deciding.
I don't
Something about the
understand.
3 of them. We should have subtitles. We really should have subtitles. Which probably is not hard to do on StreamYard.
Well, it's breaking up really bad on my side.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Patty, he was asking about you investigating with men. With the men.
I love investigating with women because I mean, it is definitely a men-heavy business. Obviously, my work with Ghost Adventures, it's guy, and me, maybe. My work with now the TFIL boys I'm working with, it's guy, and me. So, oh my God, and feminine energy. Well, it's very, very different. and spirits seem to take to us. So we're going to get some stuff that a group of guys may not. Not that they can't or that they won't work into it, but just there's usually something more approachable and safe and friendly about women coming in. That I think that working with a girl team is going to get a whole different energy.
I know? I mean, I've watched a lot of ghost programs, and you know, you get women investigators, and some of them seem to get attention of the unwanted type, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, do you ever get that kind of?
Oh,
Well,
we get our hair
going into like a prison or something. If you think, even if it was the living people in a prison or the whatever, and a bunch of girls walk in, it's of course.
We got a lot of our hair touched. We sometimes our butt touched, and we get touched a lot.
The men get flirty depending on where we're at. We were at a speakeasy, and we had some male spirits coming through, and really clear. They were saying, "I'm not wearing a ring," and "Hi, ladies," and it just depends.
There's 10-9 Patty saying yay, Patty. Laura.
I actually tried to go. I tried to go into the chat room, but that's why I got knocked out, because it was like log in or sign in. So hello to everybody in the chat room. I can't figure out how to type there.
Laura's one of our team, and we were out one night investigating, and she was sitting down on a fold up kind of thing, and she got her butt squeezed. Just when she was sitting, she kind of jumped up out the chair, and somebody just squeezed my butt cheek, basically. Irene's got a question for you, ladies.
I mean, I'll go first. I mean, of course, there's always going to be people. Humans have this goofy flaw. Out of our insecurities, we get jealous or this or that same thing. But as a rule, I guess I hang with people that don't think it's weird. So, speak to your audience in theatrical terms. If I'm somewhere in the grocery store with a whole group that doesn't understand ghosts and paranormal or mediumship, I don't talk about it. I mean, that's it. You create your own reality. But good question, Irene. I don't know. I'm not going to live in that world, negative or jealous world. You guys, that's just me.
I've only encountered people who just think it's cool.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We got a lot of positive people on our on Ghost Sisters. We have a lot of females. We have more females that follow us than we do males. And I have seen where the men, if they said anything negative, these women, when we're live, they will come at them hardcore. We don't have to do anything. They say something that ain't right, the women are handling it. So, but usually it's positive on our page. But every now and then you get that negative person, this isn't real what you're doing. This is, bull crap or something negative like that. But I just let the women handle it. I don't really have to do too much.
Yeah, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Right. That's just life. You can't please everybody. I'm in a networking business and I meet different people all the time. And let me tell you, you can't please everybody. What would this world be like if we was trying to please everybody? It'd be awfully boring. That's just how it is.
Good answers.
What about you, Bobby Joe?
Sorry?
What's your take on Irene's question?
My take on
that lady's question.
Irene's question.
Oh, if it's something you like to do, then it's something you like to do. You're not living your life, for somebody else. You're living your life for you. And if they have something negative to say about it, then they don't have to partake.
Right.
They're not the one that's in your shoes. You do it because you enjoy it, and that's how it should be. You're not doing it because other people enjoy it. Of course, that's always, a plus when you find others that are like you and everybody understands everybody. But you're going to have negative from people about everything you do in life. So you might as well enjoy it.
Yep.
People are too judgmental nowadays, so right, who cares? They don't pay your bills. They don't run your life.
Exactly, Cassidy. As you said, you can't please everybody. You're never going to please everybody. Um, everybody. I mean, it's the same over here in the UK. There's a lot of paranormal groups in the UK. And people who think we're just crazy. We're just nuts.
Well, somebody has
Don't
to
get
be
me
crazy, right?
Right.
I, half of Scotland is crazy, in a good way, you know. But I've worked beside people and they you do, I say, well, we go out ghost hunting, basically, a paranormal investigator. And so we sit in a graveyard all night, you know, pulling it for, in the rain and the snow, whatever weather. And see, basically, that's what we do. And I said, why do it? See, because, we love doing it. And that is what it is. Um,
Well, a lot of these
did,
people haven't experienced the paranormal, or they wouldn't be saying that.
Right.
In my opinion.
You know
yeah,
what I say?
exactly.
You can't see the air we breathe, but we know it's there. Who's to say ghosts ain't there?
Mhm.
Just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't there. I mean, some people can see it, like Patti and Mandy, but not all of us are that blessed yet. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Penny makes a good comment. The British public are more closed-minded. They are, Penny. But then, as a girl said,
Conservative or closed-minded or just quiet about it, conservative about it. Maybe.
well,
They do
that's
believe
good.
it. Can't tell anybody.
A lot of them might have had an experience, but they just don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
in case people think, they're nuts and believe them. So in
They don't want to
America,
be
is it
judged.
exactly? Don't want people kind of looking at them and don't get near him, stay away from him, sort of thing.
This
Sorry, Patty.
no, I just said it's becoming so mainstream.
oh yeah, you see it on.
I mean, there's
TV
whole
all the
channels
time.
dedicated to it. I have a channel dedicated to. There's every kind of TV show has paranormal shows or ghosty shows or spirituality. It's gone mainstream, and I think it is because scary times in the world, worldwide pandemics, unrest, strife. People want something outside what they can see. In olden days, they would go right to traditional religion and stuff, but a lot of people don't want to do that, or that's not keeping up. So if they don't want some kind of spirituality religion, they're going to go be paranormal people. It's still letting you know there's something on the other side.
Aye,
I agree.
it's I mean, let's say maybe 10. This is just my opinion. Also, I'll ask you what you think. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, the paranormal wasn't as much as it is today. It's still frowned upon. There's a lot of people out there that don't believe whatever, but I think in the last 10, 15 years, it's the paranormals kind of came forward, and a lot more people are thinking, well, maybe there is something, to this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Mandy?
I agree. I think a lot of people it's piquing their interest for sure. Even for the skeptics. I know a lot of investigators that are skeptical people, and they're in the field and they have seen things. I mean, shadow figures, and even have been attacked, but they're still skeptical. To each his own. To each his own. on what they think
What
about
What do you
the
think, Chastity?
What do I think? I think that I don't
Yeah,
care what people say or think. They don't mean nothing to me. I just, I know I haven't honestly I haven't had anything like stick right out at me like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I haven't had that wow moment like I've been waiting on when we go investigate, but I believe there's definitely something here because you can't explain things that's happening. You can't explain a lot of this evidence we're catching out there. How do you explain those? I
yeah,
mean, something got
exactly.
to be happening.
Yeah. And science and spirituality is coming together. That's what the quantum sciences are. It's all coming down to numbers anyway. So whether you're using paranormal terms or spiritual terms or religious terms or science terms or academic world, it's kind of going like this. And was it Laura asked, believing, wait, I don't know if somebody asked something that was a really good question. I can't remember. The different believing paranoid automatically you lost your marbles. Well, maybe we've all lost our marbles. I wouldn't want to be hanging out with people who didn't, I guess. But it is, the veil's getting thinner. More and more stuff is going to happen as we move into this new age of Aquarius. It's whether
I
you
think
believe it
it
or
is.
not, more and more stuff's going to happen.
Penny, I think it is a lot
Do you
more
think?
active than it used to be.
Yeah.
It definitely has in the past 4 years since we've been investigating. It's gotten more active.
Yeah.
I'll try to put another comment for it. All countries have a lot of old histories that we talk about, and it's just another story that has to be told. Paranormal and history go to. Well, obviously our channel's called Paranormal, so I agree 100% with Irene. History with the paranormal, you can't have one without without the other. But just to get back, I'm a big fan of the Tudor era and all that sort of thing. We do love our history. But just get back to what we were saying a wee second ago. It's quite funny you say about there's a lot more activity. There's a program over here called the Haunted Hunts, and we're quite friendly with them. And I was talking to one of the guys last night. We're mailing, and I was the past maybe 5 weeks when we've been out investigating, we've had a lot more evidence in that time than we have, since we started. Basically, it seems to be ramping up. Mandy, I think I saw 2 clips a few weeks ago what we picked up. He's looking a bit confused.
I couldn't understand what you said.
Yeah,
Scott.
you were breaking. It wasn't all your accident. Yeah. You were really breaking up.
What I was saying was the past 5-6 weeks when we've been out investigating, we've had a lot of evidence in that time than we have since we started. And I've sent Mandy 1 or 2 clips that we'd caught on video before. Am I breaking up really?
So you're saying that you guys have more clips of videos here recently than you have when you first started?
Since we first started, the activity seems to put up.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that. When we first started, we didn't. Well, actually, I can't say that. When Chastity and I first started, we caught some amazing evidence. We caught the guard Frank, who was killed in solitary at the Ohio Mansfield prison, and we were really shocked. So, but when we actually first started the team, going out, we didn't get a lot of evidence at first, but then over the months, we started to get more and more. It just seems like the more you go out there and you do it, you do. But you got to be careful because it's a learning process. A lot of people mix up orbs as, dust as orbs. I learned a long time ago that just because you see all people think on the night vision cameras, and when we're live, they see all this flying around at nighttime, but it's dust. The most of it is dust. And I didn't know that when I first started. You know, I was thinking I was capturing orbs or something, but I wasn't. It's just a learning process. The more you go, you capture things, and you learn, you know, what is and what's paranormal and what's not. But you should always try to debunk.
That's the problem nowadays.
Yep.
Is you have a lot of TV shows making things out more than what they really are, which makes people not believe that it's real. Because, you know, I know there is ratings, right? I know you got to have the ratings to get people more attracted to it, but I don't know. I don't believe in faking and act like something was something when it wasn't nothing. I believe in the real deal.
Yeah,
You know?
I've never faked anything and wouldn't fake anything. And to my knowledge, Ghost Adventures has never faked anything. But what people don't understand is there's editing. They shoot one 45-minute episode in 4 days. So, you know, 4 days worth of stuff you can get into a better 45 minutes, not standing around going, did you hear something? You know, they're not faking anything, but they do have editing to get rid of all the dead air in the middle.
Adventures.
I know a lot of places, a lot of people do on TV though.
Yeah,
I'm
a
not
lot
saying,
of people do. Yes, a lot of people do. But I'm real picky about that too. Reputation depends on it.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love Ghost
Do
Adventures.
you? I like the Cecil Hotel one. That I think my favourite, the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah,
I think that's my favourite.
Yeah, that was crazy. I did the with Ghost Adventures. We did the special for Discovery Plus, and that was crazy a night there. And then I did it with my TFIL boys. We did 2 nights there, and that was crazy. And I'm shooting something else there tomorrow, I guess, but I can't talk about that yet. Yeah,
Oh,
it's crazy. And you know what's really scary about the Cecil Hotel? It's dark. It's because of all the drugs and the serial killers and the dark stuff. It really affects it affects dead people. It's holding people in, and it affects living people and makes you crazy in there. As of next week, the Cecil Hotel is going to be low-income housing and homeless housing. I'm scared to death. That's like a Stephen King novel in the making, with people who already a lot have mental imbalances and addiction problems, all moving into the Cecil. It's scary. I mean, every like healer, shaman, Reiki master, priest, preacher, rabbi, you should all go there all at once and clear the damn place. Every one of them.
I want to go there, Patti. I would love to go there.
We got to get there.
What was your first sign of a paranormal, first paranormal experience? And Patti, have you ever been scared of your gifts or people, entities come in contact with? Who wants to go first?
You guys go first, and I'll take my stuff.
What was your first sign of the paranormal? Well, I've been experiencing the paranormal since I was younger, but the first time I experienced it when, as an investigator, like it would have been back in 2016 when we went to the Mansfield prison, and we had captured a lot of shadow people, and I believe an apparition of the guard that was killed in the solitary. And using the gifts, yes, that can be scary because you don't know what you're going to see. You know, when you're more open to that, you get a lot of stuff coming at you. And it can be scary if you're not guarding yourself, you know, from certain energies that come around.
That's correct.
Patti, what about you?
I like Mandy. I've been seeing spirits since I could talk. I thought everybody could. I do think kids are gifted. It just gets caught out of us in our non-mystical modern Western society. I did my first seance though when I was 7 or 8. I just had this obsession with the dead, but it wasn't dark or morbid. I've never been afraid of my gifts, but I've been afraid of things that happen because of my gifts. I'm not afraid of the gift, and I'm really big on believing in having an on-off switch and a dimmer switch. I don't want to go to grocery shopping and be able to see people's dead mother. No, turn it off, turn it on. But I've had because of my gift and being willing to channel like serial killers and what I've had, crazy things I've talked about in here. Somebody bursting into flames at one of my seances. That was scary. Having my ribs broken by the black dahlia or all the cartilage ripped off. That was scary. But again, it's still under. It was because I let my guard down. I take full responsibility on both those things.
Bobby
I can't
Joe.
remember my first. The first real one where I guess I actually remember everything was when I lived in Hawaii and I saw an old woman in a white gown with long white like gray hair standing in my doorway of the bedroom, just kind of standing there staring at me. That was probably the first one that I remember, other than like some dark shadow in the corner when you're like 5 and 6 years old and you don't really understand anything. But I was 17 years old when I first saw my first like actual person. That was really creepy.
And Chesley.
Well, when I haven't really saw anything, but when I was younger, I'd be laying in bed and I could hear like something knocking on my window, and the next day somebody in the family died. It's like anytime at night I would hear something knock on my window, it freaked me out. I would look out the window like, what the heck? You know what I mean? And then the next morning a family member died. And that used to happen to me when I was younger, but as I got older and, got pregnant at age 15 and went on with life, I just kind of blocked all of that. So really I haven't, right now I'm going to Reiki sessions and trying to, get back to reality, get back into the energy thing and understand things. But I've been told I'm a sensitive. Sometimes when I go in places, I can't really tell the air. There's one time it happened to me. I went into a place, I could really feel the air. How you guys always talk about when you walk in anyway, I'm starting to recognize it more and more and every day. So does that make sense?
Yeah, completely. It does. Oh,
Yeah,
I actually have to go, you guys. I have to go. But it's so good to see you guys. I'll be here in a couple of days with you. Anyway, Mandy, we have to catch up. I'm again home a little bit.
Patty.
We have to. Nice meeting you, sisters. I'm going to be your honorary sister. So.
Awesome.
Nice meeting you too. So hopefully we get to meet again.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you.
I'll contact you, Patty.
We'll see you on Wednesday. You stay safe till Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye, Patty.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Patty. Hopefully we meet in person sometime.
We will. You got to get you out to LA too.
Oh yeah, Patty, I've been there before. I love LA.
That's what we got to talk about.
Okay. Bye. Bye,
Patty.
Bye. So Daddy's asking, what's the safe way to communicate with past relatives?
What is the safe way to communicate with past relatives?
Yeah.
Well, there's really no safe way. You just do. You can connect with them, especially in your dreams. Dreams is another safe way. Just ask before you go to sleep at night. Just ask family member to come and visit you. It might not happen that night, but it could happen a week or two later.
Or go get a reading.
Question for us, one for everyone. What's the worst part of your hat?
I can go first. I had a really bad one. Was probably 9 years ago. I was waiting to had gone to bed because I had to get up early and drive to Wisconsin, and I'm laying there in the bed and I like froze up, and it was like I was out of my body and I could see myself. I feel like this was paranormal. I don't think it was a dream. Um, but it was like something lifted me up, and I could hear this loud buzzing
Mhm.
and see a light, and then it just that one freaked me out. I've also had some where it's like a body, like hands are like pulling across me up and down everywhere. Like I've woke my sister up screaming because of it. And then I find out about the one with the buzzing sound, that my mom, it actually happened to her too, in the same room and in the same bed. She had the exact same experience. So, I mean, that kind of rules out dream. I just recently found that
Mhm.
out actually about a month ago, that she had the same thing happen to her. So that was my scariest. I'm not sure if I was it was like a alien thing or something. It was crazy.
But if your mum had the same experience, then you say, "Boy, that rules out dream, rules out imagination." You know,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
unusual things people would try and explain it away with. You know, especially your mum's had the same kind of thing. What about you, Chastity? What's the worst experience you've had?
I ain't had no bad experience, so can't none I can think of offhand.
I have. I've had some bad
What's yours,
experiences.
Mandy?
I got so many. I'll just throw one out there. Actually, at the shrine, I've had something
Right.
manifest on me, and I seen it. I seen the reflection of it on my shoulders. It was like hovering over. It was like brown and kind of like you could see through it, but it was like brown looking, and it was floating above me. And another person was standing outside the room, and they seen it too. Um, yeah, that was pretty terrifying. I tried to knock it off. Like I went in a circle and everything, trying to get this thing off of me, and I seen it. I seen it go. It went flying underneath the table. I believe it was trying to
Mhm.
manifest. And then us girls, from all the times we go to the shrine, I have brought some things home from the shrine with me. And a whole week I had bad experiences. I hit a baby deer, which not saying that couldn't happen, but there was multiple things that took place that week. We did a podcast. All of us girls did a podcast, and all the people kept hearing growling. We were capturing a lady talking, and it wasn't us, but you kept hearing multiple growls. And this was all in the same
Mhm.
week that everything was happening. I was hearing knocks in my house, knocking, 3 knocks. My daughter had seen a shadow figure in the house. I felt something crawling in bed with me. I kept hearing growling in my room next to my bed. And yeah, it was really scary, scary stuff.
She would call me all the time. Chastity, come here right now. Something scared me. Oh my God, get your ass here right now. I'm like, what in the world is going on? She used to do that to me all the time. She don't do it no more. She knows how to.
So, I mean,
Like,
it's
you're clear in
just
Michigan. Ain't nothing I can do there. Remember when you was in Michigan? You used to do that real bad in Michigan.
Yeah, before
Everybody
she got a
remembers,
better
huh?
understanding. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
I've got a question for you as well for Laura's comment. Laura's in our team. Um, Laura can see spirit animals, but not human ones. Why do you think it is that some people can see, spirits of animals, kind of like vice versa?
Why do we think people can see animal spirit?
Yeah, rather than, human spirits.
I just think
Okay.
everybody has different gifts that they're more in tune to. As for me, if spirit wants me to see them with my eyes, I'll see them. If not, I won't. I'll see them in my mind, my third eye. But as for animal spirits, I have heard them, most definitely. I haven't seen no animal spirits, but I have heard them. I've heard them barking. Yeah.
Just random barking. No, Laura does see quite a few, and it's kind of not puzzled me, but I've always been kind of curious as to why I can maybe see animals, but not people, basically. So, in fact, I sort of I never go back. I've never been to a location and thought I'm never going back there.
No, there's never been a location that I said I'm never going back. I always say I'm coming back, especially if it was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, I know Chastity, I thought you probably would go back. But I don't think there's very much scares you.
He cut out. What did he say?
He said he thinks that you would not have a problem going back. Not much scares you.
Oh, well, you caught on to that real quick, didn't you?
What about you, Bobby Joe?
I haven't. I have not encountered a place where I would never go back. I go back to every one of them.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Mandy, you were saying about that. Well, see, that's what I'm like. You know, if there's a dark room or a dark or something like that, then I want to get down because I feel you get a kind of a buzz walking down a tunnel in the pitch black. You can't see where you're going.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Things kills me that I call it man there's a lot of action.
Yes, we
I
would
would,
definitely
Kim,
all
but
sleep
I'm not-
over.
I would, Kim. I would. It would probably scare me to death, but I probably would try it at least once in a location all by myself. Well, yeah, I have stayed in a haunted. Matter of fact, I have stayed in a haunted location at a hotel by myself, and it was pretty creepy. I left the light on. I ain't gonna lie. It was really scary.
Do you find that when you go to, you get locations that are really kind of famous, like haunted, they're in the news or, TV films and stuff. Do you find when you go to that kind of location, you get more activity than you do if you go to somewhere that's not so well known? Like a local church or something. There's not in the news. Do you think you get more activity?
Good question, Scott. I believe that it's not so much the location. I think it's the people who are investigating the location. The spirits are going to be drawn to certain people. And if they were people once too, so if they don't like you when you first walk in, they're going to know, just like when you're around somebody that has bad vibes, you're going to know real quick if, you're picking up something from them. Same thing with spirits. We go to a location. I feel that the investigators are the ones that's going to make the activity really good, depending on them. Mm-hmm. Even if a place that has been investigated over and over, I don't think it matters how popular the place is. I just think it's the investigators.
What were you, Chastity?
I'm not understanding the question.
You think I know what you thought about locations that were more active
than others?
You say a place on TV that's been investigated a lot.
I think it just depends on the night and how the night's going. Sometimes they don't want to act. Sometimes they want to act or be known. Sometimes they don't. It just depends on how the night goes, I think. So there's days where we go somewhere and we don't hardly get anything, and then we'll go somewhere and then we'll get a whole lot. It just depends on how the night's going, and and sometimes our ink box is the bomb, so the ink box really gets everything. We usually don't have no trouble with that.
Bobby Joe, what about you? What do you think? Do you think famous places you get more activity than unknown places?
Um, I guess I never really thought about it, but I think maybe uh, if you investigate a not so famous place, that maybe it would be more believable than a place that you see on TV that people investigate over and over and over all the time. A new experience, a new place is probably better. Now, whether it's more active or not, I mean, I guess you wouldn't know unless you went, give it a try. But if you go to the same place other people go to, I feel like you're expecting what they received, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be the same. It's going to be different, and how different, I guess you wouldn't know unless you went. But I would rather watch a different place, somewhere that nobody has gone, like a whole bunch of people have gone and investigated over and over and over, because just need something different.
You don't,
Somewhere
you know what to
different
expect,
place.
right?
Yeah, you don't know what to expect. You go somewhere different. If you go to the same place everybody's going to all the time, then they're just gonna get whatever it might be, and they're just gonna get this. That's what everybody always gets, and I think a different area is better and can be just as active. I agree
Yeah,
with the investigators too.
I totally agree. But I mean, we've got a place over in Edinburgh over here, Grave Structure. I don't know if you've heard it. But it's reported to be the most haunted graveyard, not just in Britain, but in the world. We've been there dozens upon dozens of times. How many times we've been there, we've only picked up on one mail in a couple of seconds and it was gone. That was it. But you had all the teams that have went in and say, oh, we had this, we've seen shadows, loads of stuff that we never have seen. But we've been to other locations that nobody knows, locations, and get loads of activity. And I think it is, Mandy says it is the team that got again with this. For example, I'm going into Greyfriars, we're going to and it's their imagination just kind of starts running, and they create their own. I don't say create their own evidence. They create, what they think is evidence, if that makes sense.
Now, a lot of these places that's never been investigated before, too, the spirits aren't used to the equipment, because you have different time frames of spirits from the 1800s and, on up till now. So you're asking them to do what? Some of these spirits don't know what we're wanting, and they don't understand the equipment we have. So we kind of got to let them know that nothing will hurt them that we're asking them to use to communicate with us. And we don't provoke, although spirit has a tendency to make you a little angry. If you got an angry spirit, I have felt energies that have made me angry towards my sisters real fast. I get agitated. I have had that happen, but
A lot.
not to where I start provoking. Maybe at my sister, I start, nagging at her, but no, we don't usually provoke anything like that, because you got to be respectful to spirits. You should never be disrespectful. We don't need to do that to get evidence either, so we don't feel we need to provoke.
I believe in treating people the way I want to be treated, and that goes with spirits.
Yeah. And what I found is that usually, Mandy, you deal with spirits from different time frames, 1700s, 1800s, whatever. I no disrespect to the teams, but you get teams that will say, right, I put down this, around, you touch it, and maybe the spirit that they're talking to, what's a K2 meter, what's that? So I've, if you say I put a black box, you touch the black, you get more response if you just basically box, because everybody knows what a black box is. Kim says I have a strong accent. I do apologise, Kim, for
I love it.
my accent.
I can understand you. The more I
I
hear you, I'm
can't. It's
understanding
just
you.
staticky.
Yeah,
just a little
it's
It's
the
cutting out
static
bad.
that's cutting in and out. Yeah.
Well, he's in a whole new country
Oh,
away from
yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah, we get that.
Diane can understand me. Thank you for that, Diane. And Jeff, I do apologise for the audio. I don't know what the problem is. Get it looked and get it fixed. Kim, cool accent. Thank you very much, Kim. Mandy can understand me as
Kim
well.
is one of our favorite, our main fans. She's
Is
the
she?
biggest fan, one of our biggest fans.
I see a lot of our fans on here. They're on here. Yep, Diane, all of them. Yep, Jeff.
Diane, I'm a Galway girl.
Galloway girl.
But it's I mean, I'm from Glasgow, as you can probably tell, and we do have a habit. The longer we talk to someone, the faster the faster our speech conversation goes. We don't realise that we're doing it. Kim loves you. She says she loves
We
to
love
go.
you too, Kim.
So
See, that's why she knows you. She's from Ireland too.
she can understand exactly
That was
every
the
word
other
I'm saying.
person.
No, I'm glad, Patti, bless her, she does have a lot of trouble understanding me. She does, but we struggle, we get there in the end. So slowly, but we do get there. So just before we wind up, since it's nearly the hour mark, you're all sisters, and you all do the same thing. Do you ever fall out? Do you have big major arguments or anything like that over your paranormal?
Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Yeah. Behind the scenes. A lot. Well, we're sisters. Well, there's 6 of us. Well, actually there is 6 of us. We have Jenny's daughter who fills in. We got Chastity and Bobby Joe and me, and now we got a new girl that we just added to the team. So it just depends if some days we all can click, and some days we just get a little
Edgy.
agitated at one another. But it happens.
Who usually wins?
It's still fun.
It's usually only me and Mandy. We're the only ones that bump heads.
Agreed.
But we still love each other. We'll say our piece and then we forget about it and move on. We don't like disown each other, and we don't let it come between us. It's just a matter of opinions.
But that's exactly it, Chastity. You fought, you say your piece, whatever, and then you say, right, it's over with, it's done, let's move on, let's get back out there. And it's good that you can do that, you can, have that bond that you can out, talk again, and go back out investigating. It really, really is good. But I think we'll wind it up there just now, ladies. I'll keep a wee hold of you for a wee second or two after we go, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to everybody in the chat, Mandy, do you want to plug your group before we go? Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah. You can find us on all social media. We are on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We do a lot of lives on YouTube. Our biggest platform is on Facebook. You can Google Ghost Sisters and you should be able to find us. And if you have any questions you need to ask us or anything, just message us on Ghost Sisters on Facebook.
Yeah, very well. So thank you, Bobby Joe and Cassidy, for coming in, and also Patti, so as you can leave it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure. The girls are so funny. He's really popular. Girls are so funny.
Yeah, I have a habit of, blurting things out, and I wish.
Cassidy doesn't think before she speaks. She just
No
comes
filter.
right out.
There's people like that in Scotland. So don't worry, you're not alone in that respect. There's plenty of people. I've done it as well before. You open your mouth and you're kind of halfway through the sentence, and you realise but you keep going with the sentence, and you realise you should be great. You've started the sentence off, so you keep going. So to everybody come in to chat, thanks so much. We'll be back on Wednesday. We have Patti, we have Sophia Temperell, Rick McCallum, and Jax. And so take care till then, and we'll see you on Wednesday. And thanks very much again to the Ghost Sisters and to Patti. So take care for now, folks.
thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.